Minister English, Damien, Chief Executives, members of LCDCs, guests and other interested parties who are here. First of all, you're all very welcome to the Department of Planning, Housing, Community and Local Government. And community is a very important part of our department. And really, I think what we're here today to launch and to recognise is the extraordinary work that a lot of people on a voluntary basis and on a professional basis have put in to ensure that we have both community and economic plans that are integrated locally, given the leadership of local authorities and LCDCs, which is a new structure that's still bedding down and that people are getting used to, but we believe can be hugely effective to actually give leadership from the ground up within communities where people's ideas, where community activity can be harnessed and supported and funded to make things happen locally. And really that's what this is about. It's about creating a vision and a plan for the future within communities, within towns and villages and bigger urban populations, so that we can start envisaging where we want to take those communities in the future, responding to challenges, to pressures, to technological change, to climate change, and so many other things that communities and families will have to deal with in the coming years. Nationally, all of this is going to feed into a new national planning framework, which we hope to have completed by the middle of next year, or maybe even slightly earlier than that, whereby we are essentially trying to prepare for what Ireland should look like in 20 or 30 years' time. If you think about what's happened over the last 20 years, there's an extra million people in Ireland now, and the lack of preparation for that increase in population has essentially resulted in huge increases in population around a donut around Dublin, in counties like Meath and Kildare and Wicklow, where we've seen towns grow from a couple of thousand people to 15 or 16,000 people over that period, in some cases in a very unsustainable way. And while at the same time we've seen cities in other parts of the country with populations that have remained stagnant, or indeed in some big urban areas where we've seen reductions in population. And in lots of parts of rural Ireland, again, we've seen big challenges in terms of maintaining vibrant young communities, where we have a lot of vacant properties that actually could be brought back into a productive use if we manage and develop communities in a way that is planned in the medium and long term. And that's what this is all about. It's about getting people discussing and talking and dreaming and planning for what they want for their communities in the future. It's about plugging that into a local authority, local government system through the LCDC structure that has been put in place. And it's about then harnessing a partnership with national government, as well as other voluntary organisations and community leaders, to get better outcomes for the communities that we live in and grow up in. And that is why I really want to thank everybody for the process to date, for the leadership obviously that has come from my department and from local authorities, but also the community groups that really have fed into this process in a very constructive way. What we will do is we will try to harness all of that now to actually put a national plan in place that we can be proud of, and that we can ensure when the next million people are added to Ireland's population, which will happen in the next 20 to 25 years, that actually we're ensuring that every part of the country benefits from that in a sustainable way. We have a proper cities strategy to counterbalance the dominance of Dublin that is there at the moment. That we have strategies for our towns and villages that are about renewal and change and improvement. Rather than trying to replicate what was there in the past, we're actually visualising something for the future. And so for me, to actually get local economic community plans in place as a basis for instructing what we need to do at a national level, to make sure that different counties and different parts of different counties within the country can actually play to their strengths, and we can support that with the financial supports that we put in place, that ministers like Paschal Donoghue, when they're making decisions around capital investments in different parts of the country, whether it's road or rail or ports or airports or whatever it is, that actually they are investing in a way that's consistent with how we want counties and communities to develop within those counties. That's what this is about, and that's why it's important. And so I want to officially launch the local economic community plans today. I want to thank all of you for the work that you've done to actually make them a reality, and can I assure you that we will ensure that the work that you have done will be instructive in terms of how we put together a national plan, which will be a combination of the work that so many different committees and counties and local authorities and LCDCs have been working on for a number of months now. So thanks for taking the time to be here. Enjoy the ploughing match. This is one of the great, sort of almost uniquely Irish occasions. It'll probably be the biggest outdoor gathering for a sustained period in Europe this year. There'll be probably over 200,000 people here over the next 3 days. It's an opportunity for us to engage with them as a department. Certainly the farmers are very interested in Med Éireann over there, and I suspect they'll be busy. But a lot of the things that we do here, from rural community development to SICAP and PUBL, to so many other things that we're doing around planning for an urban and rural future for communities across the country. All of this stuff is really part of what it means to be part of the broader rural economy, which is what the National Ploughing Championships in many ways represents so successfully now. So good luck to everybody and enjoy the next few days. Thanks very much.